everyone is frustrated. But like I said, we're not panicking. 2 games in, we got 15 games left. So I'll just take a deep breath and relax. We're going to be fine.
Jackpot! 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 Let's go. Orange in the day, black in the night. Stripes in our veins, sparks gonna fly. The beast is awake, orange, black and white. Cause when the jungle come alive, day we ignite and Cincinnati, we gon' rise and in the jungle we unite and dripping orange and black and white. Day when we fight, live and die in these stripes. Wake up the beast, every day is a feast. Time to bust it off the leash. In the jungle dripping heat, tigers strike the city streets. East side stand up, west side stand up. If you reppin' who they, time to put your hands up. Bengals stripes, we in it. New day, new age, yeah, we get it. Cincinnati jungle fit it. Blue day in our house, we win it. Orange and black and white, we build it. Earn our stripes, you know we kill it. Bleed our colors, jungle dripping. Nasty, natty, yeah, we live it. Lit the crowd, hit the city loud. Yeah, we feasting now. Fit the bounce, make the city howl. Now we beastin' now. Thunder through the tunnel, from the sideline to the huddle. Stripes we tatted on the jungle when we flex that who they muscle on them. Stripes, Cincinnati, we gon' rise and in the jungle we unite and dripping orange and black and white. All day when we fight, live and die in these stripes. Stripes. Now who gotta move like it on? Stripes. Now who wanna move close and on? Stripes. Now who wanna move on? If you got stripes and you let the city know you rock 'em, yeah we got 'em, yeah we fought 'em. Like that black and orange up on 'em, Bengal brought 'em, never stop it till the beast on feast and know 'em. Who they rockin' with the diamond stripes, flossin' on the ring. Cincinnati, she's our queen, we gon' show the world who king. Orange in the day, black in the night. Stripes in our veins, sparks gonna fly. The beast is awake, orange, black and white. Cause when the jungle come alive, day we ignite and Cincinnati, we gon' rise and in the jungle we unite and dripping orange and black and white. All day when we fight, live and die in these stripes. Now who gotta move like it on? Now who wanna move close and on? Now who wanna move on? All day when we fight, live and die in these stripes.
Hey guys, what's going on? Welcome to the show. This is Sports with Strawberry Ice. I'm your host, the Iceman, Jeff Trunipple. And as always, I'm bringing you sports from a West Side point of view right here in the great city of Cincinnati, Ohio, home of Jackpot Joey Burrow and the AFC North, or excuse me, AFC champion Cincinnati Bengals. Now do me a favor, if you found the show, hit that like and subscribe button. Smash that thumbs up. You guys are awesome. Big jump yesterday. I'm up to 1,912 subscribers. That is awesome. I appreciate every single one of you guys. Now, as always, if you're watching on Twitter or Facebook and you have yet to subscribe to my channel, I always ask the question, why not? Please do so. Please go to the YouTube channel, Sports with Strawberry Ice. Hit the subscription button, hit the bell for the notification, and every time I go live, you'll be notified. Also, exclusively in the YouTube chat crew, we're doing super chats. So if you like to support the show or have a question for Cap, you can't have a question for Jay Morris. I'm sorry for the athletic. It's recorded. But if you guys want to just put comments up or whatever, I'll put them up during the interview. Anyway, give me a super chat. I would greatly appreciate it. And as always, I'm coming to you live from the Ice Cave. And the Ice Cave is brought to you by T Properties. T Properties, quality housing for quality people. Check out their website at www.tpropertiesllc.com for all your rental property management needs and your rental needs. All right, guys. I had a great show yesterday. Had a great weekend. Like I said, if you missed it at RJ Cinema on Sunday, you missed a lot of fun. It was a blast. I rewatched the Bengals game again today. It was awesome watching them win. It's so much fun watching a victory. Way better than watching a a loss. Anyway, what's up to everybody in the chat? Who's all in here? We got here. Stranger, you're always the first one in there. Augie's in there. Chris, Nicole, Greg. I'm going to be on Luther Vigil again. I love it. Kane. I said my boy Augie. My boy Derek. He's at work. He's on the show. Roy Flush, Terry, Cameron. What's up? What's up, Keith? Anyway, there you go. I think I got everybody. Joe, Brandon. All right. So let's see here. Where do I start? I know I have the interview with Jay Morrison. We'll get that here in a second. But we had some exciting news. Now, as you guys know, me and my boys from Bengals and Brews we're seat neighbors. Now, we've been friends for like the last year and a half, but they're like two of my best friends. And we have some really exciting news. So check this out. We got a little announcement for you. Hey, guys, we got some exciting news. You know how these two right here are my boys. They're my seat neighbors. We've been seat neighbors for the last year and a half now, and it's been an absolute blast. We all got our own shows, and we all work together. So we got some pretty exciting news. Should we tell them, Derek, or should we keep it to ourselves?
I mean, I personally say we keep it to ourselves, but I guess we could tell them.
All right, go ahead. Well, we, Strawberry Ice and Bengals and Brews, are teaming up.
Both shows
with Betfred Sports. That's your cue deal.
I don't listen to directions or rules. If anybody has watched my show or see me on your show, they know I do.
We rehearse this and everything
when I want, because that's how I roll.
That's how you roll.
Some of the offers we will be sending out if you join our link, which our link is betfredsports.com/Ohio/Bengals_boys2, the number 2. So Bengals_boys2, betfredsports.com/Ohio/Bengals_boys2. And Jeff will be putting that in the link in the chat during his shows and stuff. And we'll do the same on our shows. So you'll see that a lot. And what that does is just pre-register you with Betfred Sports. So you basically provide your name, email, and show that you're 21 or older, because you can't do this if you're not 21 or older. And the push is for Ohio residents right now. So if it's not legal in your state, there's, obviously you're not going to be able to sign up. The main thing is we are looking for people in Ohio, since sports gambling will be legalized on January 1st. I know Derek's excited.
Yes, he is.
And then I'll be homeless February 1st.
or crushing it because they got some great offers.
There you go.
And then they'll send the email link out to you. But just by pre-registering, here's what you get. You get a $20 free bet. It's a $20 free bet on launch. So they will send you an email. You will actually register at that point. Once it's legal, you cannot register until it's legal. That's just a rule that there is.
Yeah.
So another offer on January 1st is a mystery offer. Ooh. So they didn't even tell me what it is. So maybe it's
me either. I'm very. Did they tell you, Derek?
No, I mean
Derek was sleeping. Never mind.
Yeah, I was asleep.
You act like he sets anything up, right? Come on, everybody knows.
Everybody knows I'm just the pretty face.
That's one way to put it. But so you'll get that special offer on top of the $20 that you get. You also get an invite to a New Year's betting party that they're going to hold. So they'll have more details on that coming up. And then the last thing is, as Bengals fans, I would hope the one you'd be most excited about is a chance to win tickets to the Bengals for all home games. All the home games. You win tickets for all home games just by pre-registering alone. So then once you register on January 1st, and it links to our code, that helps us out, that helps Bengals and Brews, that helps Strawberry Ice. We're partnering with them. They're giving us things like ticket giveaways that we can give back directly to you guys. So that's like what we're getting out of it. And then our part is to promote them because they're doing a great job, and they're the official betting partner of the Cincinnati Bengals.
How cool is that? The official betting partner of the Cincinnati Bengals is linked to us. I think that's pretty damn cool. And I'm excited to give away tickets.
Yeah, me too. That's the best part.
Yeah. So anyway, make sure you guys go check out the link. Like I said, I'll have it in the chat. Make sure you check it out. Go register. And Derek, anything else to say?
Nope.
I'll just go ahead and read it one more time as well. So HTTPS, the little dots and the slash, and then you got the betfredsports.com/Ohio/Bengals_boys2. Bengals_Brews 2. Bengals_Brews 2.
No,
So
not Bruce 2. Not Bruce 2. Boys 2.
Billy, fuck
Boys
that.
2.
Bengal Boys 2.
Fuck. Yes. Don't go to that one. That's what I thought it would have been.
Yeah,
This
yeah,
is
no.
maybe I don't know what was going on. We got Bengals_Boys 2.
Bengals,
Boys
because
to
we
Man-
the boys, baby. We them
It's
boys.
probably,
That's why.
it's honestly probably because of your show yesterday, Jeff, where like I started singing Boys to Man at one point. So that's probably what happened. Because remember, Jason said he was tuning into the show. So that's probably what happened. He's like, oh, I'll put boys because these are the Boys to Man, you know?
Boys. Yeah.
But no Z,
We're not
it's
the
an
Bengal
S.
boys. They're going to expect us to start singing. And
We're not. That's a whole different. This is
Yeah,
just
that's-
our code.
yeah.
We didn't make it up. This
All right,
is-
so say it one more time without messing it up this time. No
All right. HTTPS //
Slash.
betfredsports.com/Ohio/Bengals_boys with an S, not a Z, 2. Bengals_boys, BOYS 2.
Exactly. Which fits pretty good because you guys are my boys. I
Yeah.
like it.
And there's really only 2 of us because Derek never does anything.
Exactly.
And full disclaimer, we will not be singing unless you want to pay extra. Just saying.
Well,
Feet-
we sing sometimes.
Feet pics on the OnlyFans.
All right, boys, I'm excited for this. Who day, baby? Who day?
Hooday.
All right, guys. So we are officially part of Betfred Sportsbook. Again, here it is. Betfred Sportsbook. Go check it out. Go sign up now. Pre-register. Make sure you guys get in there. The website is in the chat. So I put it in there. Make sure you go and find it. I will put it in there again later on during the show. But it's pretty cool. So we get all registered, and they're going to have some pretty cool stuff coming January 1st. So make sure you guys pre-register, and let's get some betting going on here in Cincinnati. I know I'm going to bet Bengals all the way. I'm going to make a bet for the Bengals to win the Super Bowl. So, that's what I would do. So anyway, like I said, the link is in the chat. So so me and Bengals and Brews are teaming up. So if you link to that link, it's both of ours. So if you subscribe, if you don't subscribe to my show, if you subscribe to my show, you should definitely subscribe to their show as well. And you'll be helping both shows out. So we're kind of tag teaming this thing and trying to get as many people to enjoy sports gambling in Ohio for the first time ever. So I'm pretty excited about that. So like I said, go to the link. Now, let's get to, like I said, the reason all you guys are here. And Jay Morrison is awesome. He is always so helpful or easy with his time. Every time I ask him to come on, hey, I can't come on right now because he said I want to try to get him on at the beginning of the season. He's like, I can't come on right now. We got the Ring of Honor, and then let's get past the Thursday night, yada yada yada. So I texted him or whatever, said, hey, we're past this when you come on. I said, how about the 18th? I said, cool. So he was supposed to come on live today, but he was helping his daughter move houses. So I said, hey, you want to do it earlier? So I said, yeah. So we recorded it, but it's a pretty good interview. So check it out and then stay tuned because Bengals Cap will be coming on with me live right after this. Here's Jay. Hey guys, how you doing? I got a very special guest today. He's carved out some time. He's a very busy man, but he's been on the show a couple of times, so I appreciate. He's Jay Morris from The Athletic. How you doing, Jay?
Oh, hey, I'm great. Thanks for having me on again.
No problem. Like I said, I know you're a busy guy. You got your podcast. You were just on with the Falcons, talking to them how we're going to tell them how we're going to beat them down this Sunday, right? I know that was your breaking analysis, right?
Yeah, it wasn't the Falcons. It was the Falcons beat writer that I work with at The Athletic. So we were it was good. It's a team that you don't know much about. They are in the other conference. They only play every 4 years, only come to Cincinnati every 8. So it was good to get that perspective. They were predicted by Vegas to have 4.5 wins this year, and they're already at 3. It's a really interesting team.
Yeah, I thought for sure in the beginning of the year, there's a very good chance that Desmond Ridder, the former University of Cincinnati Bearcat quarterback, would be starting this game, but that doesn't look like it's going to happen. Not at least not this game anyway.
Yeah, he's not starting. Something would have to go very wrong for him to play, and that was one of the questions I posed to Josh Kendall was, how far ahead was Mariota in the preseason, and he said very, but he still feels like they they need to see Desmond Ridder play at some point this year. And if they keep winning, that's not going to happen. But once they kind of come back to where I think everybody thought they were going to be, they need to see what Desmond Ridder can do.
Well, maybe we can help them out with that this Sunday.
Yeah, you never know.
Yeah, exactly. So let's get back to this past Sunday and this big win, the homecoming for Jackpot Joey and Uno Jamar Chase, the 30-26 win, Bengals over the New Orleans Saints. How big a win is this? Because I hate to say it was a must win, but Jake, going 2-4 is, I know it's only one loss, but 2-4 is a big hole to get out of. How big a win was this, do you think?
Yeah, it was big. It was, you just look statistically, and teams that start 2-4 only make the playoffs 10% of the time. And that's not a lock. And you always feel like Joe Burrow can pull them out of things. But that would have been a substantial hole. And then you see the Ravens lose. And so that maybe that might have mitigated the loss a little bit as well. But that they needed that to not just to win the game, but to do it the way they did it, to find an explosive play, to finish off one of these, to come back from a double-digit deficit again, fourth time this year, but this time for the defense to get the big stop at the end, which they haven't been able to do in the past. There was just so much about the way they won, in addition to the win itself, that really, really something this franchise needed.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, Jackpot was 28 of 37, 300 yards, 1.8 yards per attempt, 3 TDs, 0 INTs, Uno, 7 receptions, 132 yards, 18.9 average, and his long was 60 with 2 TDs. Like you said, that reminded us a lot of last year. And like you said, the defense, I don't want to say finally, but finally they stepped up and stopped somebody at the end of the game, which, I mean, there's nothing against the defense. I mean, they've went all season without giving up a second half touchdown, so it's no knock on them. But they stepped up and stopped them when we had to. And great play by Dax Hill there, the rookie, at the end of the game there.
Yeah, I mean, 3 snaps all game, and he has a meaningful one there at the end. And you mentioned Burrow's stats. I mean, the 2 scrambles that he had on third down, the one that he turned into a 19-yard touchdown run, and then the crazy one in the fourth quarter where he finds Tyler Boyd to extend that drive. That ended up just being a field goal drive, but that was a huge field goal because later in that drive he gets sacked on first and second down, and it's 3rd and 27, and that's a young quarterback could maybe try to go for broke there and try to make something bigger happen than what's really there. And he played it really smart. He made a nice short little 7-yard pass to Jamar Chase, turned Evan McPherson's 59-yard field goal into a 52-yard field goal. Evan drills it. That gets them a little bit closer. If they don't score there, then you're looking at the Saints getting the ball back and making it a 2-possession game and basically ending it. It was just there's so much about Burrow and what he did, his poise and his intelligence that goes beyond just his passing number. Yeah, exactly.
Those 2 plays right there. Those, and I say this kind of tongue-in-cheek because everybody knows I call him Jackpot Joey. I always say that here lately he's played like Joe Burrow. Those 2 plays remind us of Jackpot Joey and the plays he made last year, getting us to the Super Bowl. I mean, just the third down run, I want to go back to that. That one is so unbelievable. And if you listen, I know you heard the press conference, but Joe was giving credit to La'el Collins for getting a little chip on. I don't remember who was the edge rusher at the end when he spun out for that third down conversion to Tyler Boyd. But giving La'el Collins credit for the little chip that helped him get out and spin around, and it had the poise to find Tyler Boyd wide open third down was huge. And that, to me, do you think that Joe is turning into the jackpot because the appendectomy, he's getting better? Because I think he said on the Colin Cowherd podcast that he's feeling more like a mid-season form. He's getting his strength back and everything. I think it's starting to show. You think that the appendectomy was really that big of a surgery, big of a hit for him at the beginning of the season?
Yeah, it's a great question. I mean, it had to have had some effect, and he tried to downplay it before the Pittsburgh game, before the opener. Even said he felt ready to go, but I think that's just a typical athlete that doesn't want to blame injury for not for past performance, but for a possible future performance. And I think it really slowed him down early. And I mean, a lot of it is him just that's what he does. That's what
Right.
that's one of his strengths, is moving in the pocket and extending plays and those off script plays. And there haven't been a lot of that, because when the pressure has come early in the year, there was no getting out of it. It was
Right.
multiple guys, and he was getting swallowed. And then they go to this short passing game where he's getting the ball in 2 seconds. There was no time for pressure to come. There was no time to extend plays. It was just catch it, read. First read's not there, check it down. And now you're starting to see that where he's spending a little more time in the pocket and waiting for things to develop. And if they don't, making things happen. He's a magician back there in that regard. And just that third down play where I think it was Cam Jordan that Leo Collins got the chip on, and he eludes Davis, and then Davis wipes out the other rusher. The two of them took each other out. If that doesn't happen, maybe he gets caught. But it's just living right. I mean, he makes a lot of magic happen, but caught some breaks in that game as well.
Now you mentioned the O line there, and for me, from game 1 and game 2, the O line looks night and day. It looks 100% better to me than it did. Even La'el Collins, he had one of his best rated games on Sunday. You think that's just a matter of just the guys having the time to actually play together and get the reps together? That's why they're playing better now than they did at the beginning of the season?
I think that's part of it, but I think too they've just mitigated the risk where they are getting rid of the ball so fast. There's just no time for the defense to have a pass rush. And even you look at the run blocking, and Joe Mixon averaging 5.6 each of the last 2 games. It's them finally taking advantage of the light boxes when these defenses are playing too deep, and they're basically daring you to run the ball. And for whatever reason, the Bengals weren't able to do it in those first few games, and they found a way. And it's all of that kind of coming together. I will give the offensive line a hell of a lot of credit for that New Orleans game. Anybody will tell you that is the loudest venue in the league, and they didn't have any false starts. They didn't have any delay of games. Zach saved them on one where he called a timeout as the play clock was running down. But that's what you always worry about in those loud environments, and I thought they handled that really well. And yes, Mixon missed the blitz pickup on the first third down of the game, and then he had the back-to-back sacks on that field goal drive. But for the most part, there wasn't a lot of pressure on Joe Burrow, and that was some of it was he was holding the ball a little bit longer, and some of it was still just taking the profit. And the first guy that's open, if it's 5-6 yards, whatever it is, just get rid of the ball, live for the next play, get into a manageable second down or third down. That was the other thing. They've been living in 3rd and 8, 3rd and 12 for so long, and it was 3rd and 2, 3rd and 4 a lot of the time Sunday.
Yeah, and I'll go back to Mixon here, and I was saying that had a lot to do with a lot of the offensive sputtering too. Is you got to have Mixon to at least be a threat. Now I know he only rushed, I think, 8 times. Is that correct there?
Yeah.
Jay? But it was the effectiveness that, okay, it is a threat, so okay, they have to respect it because it is working, and I think that has a lot to do with the effectiveness of the offense. Plus, they've pretty much just gave up going under center. It was all from the gun. They ran out of the gun, RPOs a lot. Joe's more comfortable with that.
Absolutely.
So I guess all that combined is the reason that the offense is getting better. Do you think that's attributed to Zach, finding what's comfortable for his quarterback and doing what Joe wants to do, or is it Zach just said, okay, under center hasn't worked, we're going to go with this? What do you think that's attributed to?
Yeah, I mean, Zach referenced it yesterday where he said they're always going to explore all options, but I think a lot of this is making Joe Burrow comfortable. I mean, since he threw that interception in Baltimore to Patrick Queen, they've been under center for 2 snaps. One was a kneel down and one was a quarterback sneak in New Orleans. So I think you're going to continue to see that. I mean, it's not Joe demanding and dictating what this offense is, but it's Zach being smart and saying, this is what he likes best, and this is what he's best at. Let's go with it. And, maybe you start getting into November, December, you got to run the ball some more. Maybe we see them go under center some more, or if they ever play a game that's not down to the wire and they get in that kind of run out the clock, run it down their throats mode, maybe see them get under center more. But I think this is what this offense is going to be this year. I think they're going to live out of the gun as long as they have success running the ball. That was a big part of it too, was Joe Mixon. It seemed like early in the year was looking for the home run all the time. And I think he's kind of adjusted there, where realizing that you can live getting 6, 7, 8 yards a carry, and that just builds on itself. And the 8 carries seems really low, but Zach said they had 5 or 6 other run plays called where Joe just checked out of it because the short pass over the middle was there. They were playing the soft zone, and he knew that was a better guarantee to get 6 or 7 than handing it off to Mixon. It's all part of his growth as well, just learning to get into the right call and to be efficient. Explosive. Everybody loves being explosive.
Right.
You win games by being efficient.
Exactly. That's kind of what I was trying to, when Bengals Twitter and Bengals Houday Nation was blowing up last week, and they're like, oh, we got to take more deep shots. Oh, we got to do this. And my buddy Satori was breaking some of the film down with me, and he goes, no, it's underneath. They got to take what the defense is getting. When Joe said, the deep shots aren't there, we can't do it. And that's kind of what Joe was saying. He's like, I got to, and I think he's kind of telling himself, I got to take the underneath stuff. I got to take what they're giving us, because eventually they're going to come out of man, which they did on the touchdown pass to Jamar. They came out of zone, and they went to man. That's what's going to happen. They're finally going to have to give up trying to, or get tired of getting dinked and dunked. And it goes like you just said, that Joe Mixon was looking for the home run too much. I think Joe Burrow was looking for the home run too much. And they're finally taking what the defense gives them, and it finally broke for them. Kind of like what Zach Taylor said. Eventually it's going to break their way. And when the defense switched from too high safety to man, you don't want to do that. If they do that, then Jamar and Joe are just looking at their chops, and you saw what happened on that last touchdown pass to Jamar there.
Yeah, and really that's a short pass that Jamar turns into an explosive. That wasn't a deep shot, but there was one earlier in the game that he threw to Jamar Chase, and it's funny, I'd forgotten about it until I watched the game back, and I talked to Jamar's dad, and he said he was hoping, not predicting, for 3 touchdowns, and I completely forgot that Jamar he dropped that touchdown at the 1 yard line. Had he caught that would have been a 3 touchdown game. But if that deep ball's not there, the only time you're forcing it in there is if you're playing from behind and you've got to catch up in a hurry, and it's 3rd and long, and it's just your only option. Or back, a decade or so ago when it was AJ Green and not much else, and it's just throw it up to AJ Green and let it happen. You've got Hayden Hurst, who's really coming on. You've got Boyd, absolutely. You've got Higgins. You've got other options where you don't have to force it. If Jamar or whoever the primary is double covered down the field, it's just that's not the smart play. And Joe Burrow has always been a talented quarterback, but a very smart quarterback, and they're just figuring it out as they go. And I think they could very easily be 6-0 right now, but 3-3 based on what they've had to face and overcome. It feels like there's a momentum building, and they've got a real shot here with who these next few games are against, to go on a run, go into the bye, feel really good about themselves, and then jump into that meat grinder of a second half of the season. Yeah, exactly. Well, so let's jump into the next three games. I mean, you got Atlanta, then you got the Browns, and then you got Carolina, and then you got the bye. So if they can win, these next 3, that puts you at 6-3. That's pretty daggone close to what they were last year at the bye. And this past week, last year, we were 3-2 instead of 2-3. So we're so similar to what we were last year. I mean, it's that's what I'm trying to tell you. I was like, it's playing out a lot like last year. Like, everybody wanted us to come out and go and blow everybody out and drop 30 on them every year. This is the first week we finally gotten 30 on people, by the way. Yeah. It's the NFL, Jay. It's not gonna happen. People aren't just gonna go, oh, the Bengals are here and Joe Burrow and are here. Okay, we'll just let them score. That's not gonna happen. It's the NFL any given Sunday. But these next 3 games, I think, are winnable and should be winnable games. Yeah, I mean, Cleveland's going to be tough. Cleveland just seems to have the Bengals number right now. It's on the road. That's the game they got to have, though, because they can't go 0-3 in the division. This is not – no one's going to run away with this division, and there's a good chance it's going to end in a tie, and it's going to come down to, if not head-to-head, if it's not a sweep, then it's going to come down to conference record. And to fall 0-3 in the division would really be damaging to their division title hopes and playoff hopes. I said back at the beginning of the year, I said, mark it down, because this team has a history of doing this. They're going to lose one of these 3 games. The Jets, the Falcons or the Panthers, and they got the Jets. I'm not sure the Falcons even qualify as one of those lay and egg games right now because they're 3-3 and they're playing so well. I can't see them losing to the Panthers. Maybe, if they do, they beat the Falcons, they beat Cleveland, they're feeling good about themselves. Maybe the Panthers is that surprise game that jumps up and bites them right before the bye, just like last year. But yeah, this is they should beat the Falcons, and then that's going to be a really pivotal game that Monday night on Halloween in Cleveland. They didn't do the Bengals any favor with all 3 road division games being in prime time. Not sure the Pittsburgh game's going to stay in prime time. If the Steelers keep stinking the way they have been, I see that game getting flexed to a 1 o'clock.
Oh, that hurts my heart so bad to hear that the Squealers are stinking. That's just painful for me. But one thing that does concern me with, especially with the Falcons and the Browns games, is the run defense. I mean, it's showing a glaring hole is showing DJ Reader should have been All-Pro already, was having an All-Pro season. Now we lost Logan Wilson, another guy who could be an All-Pro, Pro Bowler this year, is also injured and gone for hopefully he'll be back after the bye, but he injured that shoulder. And the Falcons and the Browns both run the ball, and sorry, the Saints ran all over us. I mean, they did. I mean, we bent a lot, we didn't break, but what can the Bengals do? I mean, is it time for Tyler Shelvin to put up a shut up? They have to go get somebody, outside the organization try to replace, because Josh Tupou, he's got to walk in boot too. We don't know how long he's going to be out. So there's 3 key guys to our run defense that are either injured or definitely not going to play. So where do you think they're going to go?
Yeah, well, I mean, Tyler Shelvin will be active. I don't know how much he'll play, but they're going to have him active as a big run plugging nose tackle. Jay Tufele, I thought, played pretty well. It was his first time with the playing for the Bengals. They claimed him. He was cut by the Jaguars. They claimed him off waivers at the Labor Day weekend when the 53s were announced. And then as far as replacing Logan, it's going to be probably Akeem Davis-Gaither. Last year was Joe Bocci that got all the snaps when Logan went out with the shoulder injury. But that's because Akeem Davis-Gaither was on IR already with a knee injury. I think Davis-Gaither's played pretty well in his limited spots. It's going to be interesting to see. You're going to see a lot of Jermaine Pratt, but then Davis-Gaither is going to probably be that other starting linebacker. I think that the plan here has to be realizing you're not going to be the run defense you were last year. They were number 5 in the league last year against the run. You're not going to be able to do that without DJ Reader and Logan Wilson, but they're going to need to take the approach that opposing defenses are taking against the Bengals offense. And it's just keep it in front of you, Limit the explosives. If they have to get 5-6 yards every time, make them go 12, 13, 14 play drives to get in the end zone. You've got an offense that's starting to click. It's not the worst thing in the world if you give up points. You can run with these teams. It's not neither the Browns nor the Falcons, as good as they are running the ball, they're not explosive offenses. So you're not going to get run off the field. It's just a matter of they're going to shrink the game. It's going to limit the opportunities for the Bengals offense. But it just comes down to getting back to being a better tackling team. They missed 8 tackles against the Saints. The 228 yards they gave up, 99 were on 3 successive runs of 44, 24, and 31. It's very uncharacteristic of this defense. I think they'll get that straightened out. But it is.
A lot of them were outside runs too, that was more surprising with that.
And so when you see that, you say, well, okay, DJ Reader wouldn't have been able to stop that anyhow. But what it is with DJ is he commands 2, sometimes 3 blockers. And so that frees other guys up to make those plays on the edge. And that's where you really miss his presence. It's not the tackles he makes. It's just the way he affects the scheme. But yeah, I had the math on this. Even with those 8 missed tackles, their missed tackle percentage this year. And you always have to look at missed tackle percentage and not missed tackles because it's a volume stat. It's how often you're missing, depending on how many opportunities you have. They've missed, even with that poor performance Sunday, their missed tackle percentage is 7.1%. that would be the lowest in franchise history since they started tracking those numbers in 2007, so 15 years ago. So they're still a solid tackling team. It was one poor performance. I think that's why they're not panicking. They know that Logan Wilson and DJ Reader are irreplaceable in terms of the guys that come in aren't going to be able to play up to their level, but they expect them to play well enough to not make it look like it looks Sunday in New Orleans.
Yeah. Just to quote your broadcast partner, Paul Danner, as always, Jay's got stats. So got to put that out there. But that is nice to hear, because I grew up in the 80s, 90s. In the 90s, I remember we had such a hard time tackling. And sometimes even Marvin Lewis era, we had a hard time tackling a game. So it's nice to actually hear that we actually have a team that can tackle. And that was one of the things that I think Zach Taylor and Lou were looking for when they were getting free agent guys or draftable guys. They want to get the guys on the ground. I remember Lou talking about that for the different guys they drafted and different guys they signed. So that's a good stat to have, that what we're looking for is happening for them.
And the way they practice now, they don't practice tackling. They don't take guys to the ground. So it's harder to do. And that's why you see sometimes earlier in the season, tackling does not look as good as what it should. So it's an encouraging sign that even with that bad one, they're still only at 7.1%. They're about middle of the pack in terms of total missed tackles, but I think they can live there. They've been consistently middle of the pack, even going back to Marvin's last year. It's really remarkable, the number of missed tackles and missed tackle percentage, how that has stayed the same. The Marvin year, the first year with Lou and Zach, when this defense was not very good, they still weren't missing a ton of tackles. They're where they need to be in that regard, even though they had the bad performance Sunday against the Saints.
All right, that's awesome. Let's tie a little bow in the sand. And how cool was it that Joe Burrow is wearing Jamar Chase's championship jersey back home, and storybook ending, he's walking into the game wearing that. Him and Jamar in the game with the 60-yard touchdown. How awesome was it? I mean, you can't write stuff like that. I mean, that could have been fun, lots of fun to write a story about.
So I got to call BS on Joe, because on Wednesday someone asked him about how he plans what he's going to wear pregame. He says, I just wake up Saturday and there's no way that was a way. He had that one in mind for a while. Right. And the other thing, and I was joking with Paul about this, is like, how freaking nervous would you have to be wearing that jersey, knowing, I mean, you can't eat anything.
Right.
I mean, did he just wear the white hoodie on the bus, and as soon as he gets ready, all he did was wear that jersey just for the walk from the bus into the locker room? I would be, if I had someone's jersey like that meant so much to them. And kudos to Jamar for giving it to him. I mean, that was a tremendous gesture. Yeah. He knew it would look cool, but still.
Still, that's the championship. I mean,
you can see a little mustard on that. That's not good.
Right. Joe, what are you doing? Because he hasn't washed it, because they had the marks on it from when Jamar wore. Because I saw somebody, I don't remember, on TV did a picture of Jamar in that game and then Joe wearing the jersey. You see
I saw that too.
Yeah, it's the actual jersey, because Jamar, he's like, I had it hanging on my wall. He actually had to take it down and
take it out. Yeah. So it was a cool thing. I don't get into the whole flower suits and the whole fashion aspect of the pregame walk.
Come on, Jay, you don't want to wear a flower suit and go into Arby's. Come on now.
I've never even worn a tie or a blazer to a game I've covered. I'm a very much business casual dresser. I wear jeans for most of these games, and I've just never been a fashion guy, and I just think too much is made. I get it. It's for the brand and everything that these guys can make so much money outside of football as they do even beyond the contract, but it's it's not something that I get into.
Well, I don't know. My philosophy with the flower suit is Joe is confident enough to wear that in public, then I'm confident enough to kick your ass out of the field. I don't know. I don't know. That's just kind of where my mindset went. Because I'm not. I wouldn't wear it. I'm too old to wear that stuff. My days of wearing stuff like that. That was the '80s. When I wear crazy stuff like that. Those days are gone for me. But yeah. But let's get back to Jamar. Did you get a chance to ask him about his family? How many family members he had there, and what coming home and that performance he had, what that meant to him?
Yeah, well, he said that he was responsible for getting 15 tickets for the family. When I talked to his dad, he said they were going to have a group of about 50 there. And he went, he kind of went dark mode. He kind of went
Right.
Joe Burrow in that regard. He didn't want to be around his family the night before the game. And Zach talked about that, where Jamar popped in on their night before Jeopardy, where they go over
You
calls
need to
and
crash that
protection.
sometime. I think
He did. Oh, yeah, they would never let me in. Zach said everybody's welcome, but he meant everybody on the team. They would never let the media in for something like that. But yeah, and he did. He had he had dinner with the receivers, and I didn't ask him about how special that was, but it had to have been. I mean, it's when you're a kid and you're playing, like, your parents are always at the games, but when your grandpa shows up, or an aunt, or just a neighbor, it's just, there's juice. It just feels totally different, and to be on that level in your hometown, I mean, it
that
had to
field. Last time they played on that field, they won a national championship. So
exactly, yeah. I mean, and that was his parents are huge Saints fans, so that there's that element to it as well. That he went to games as a kid in that building, and then he wins a national championship in that building. It has to be, I mean, next to playing in the Super Bowl, I think that has to be one of the coolest moments of his career.
Yeah. Now, real quick here, I love it that's one thing I love about Joe and Jamar. I don't know if I could have told my family, no, I'm not going to hang out with you the night before, or I'm not going to come see it. But that's so smart, because all we just talked about there, how much pressure you think was on Jamar? It's his hometown. He's went to Saints games there. His family grew up Saints fans. He's got 50 friends and family there. Last time they won a national championship. That's so smart to just tune it out as best you can and just concentrate on ball and go out and play, and then go hang out with them. I mean, that's such a smart, mature thing for what is he, 22, 23-year-old guy?
And I mean, it helps. He's got his dad, Jimmy, to kind of let everybody else know what's going on. And he said that they don't spend near as much time with Jamar the night before games on the road as they do the home games when they come to Cincinnati. It's just, their time is limited. It's they've got their own routines on the road. It's a hotel. It's just, it's so much different. But yeah, that was mature of him to realize that. And you're not saying not now, later, because there's not much time after the game. I mean, they basically come off the field, take a shower, get dressed, talk to the media, not necessarily in that order, and then they're going straight to TSA at the stadium and then on a bus to the airport. There's no time.
Not they get left.
Yeah, you get to say hello, but you don't get to hang out and talk about the game. And I mean, maybe shake a few hands and give a few hugs, but it's not an extended meet and greet with family and friends.
It's not like you got to dinner with them afterwards or anything. You got to get
nothing like that. They have no time to do that. That's what the off season's for. Right.
That's why he said he can go back home and talk trash now. So
yeah.
Anyway, Jay, you give me almost 30 minutes. I appreciate it. Tell everybody about The Athletic and your podcast and whatever else you would like to plug before I let you go.
Yeah, you can follow our coverage on The Athletic. I have a story up today about the run defense, about what we talked about and how they move forward. The podcast is here, That Podcast Growlin'. We have 3 every week. We are now on YouTube, kind of like you're broadcasting live. We broadcast live. And there's the 2 during the week, and there's the walkout, which Paul and I do right after the game. Serves as a celebratory podcast when they win, and a little bit of therapy to talk the fans down when they do occasionally lose.
We had to do that a lot last week. There was a lot of fans ready to jump off last week.
There was. I think most of them are back now.
They're all back. That's good. Well, Jay, as always, I appreciate you, and make sure you guys go check out The Athletic. Go get a subscription. I've had one for years. It's awesome.
I had one before I was an employee. I highly recommend it.
There you go. Thanks, Jay. Who day?
Thanks.
All right, guys. I hope you enjoyed that as much as I did. It was a little longer than I thought it was, so I don't know if Cap can join or not now, because his show is starting at 7. So he was in the waiting room waiting to get on, and me and Jay kept talking and talking and talking. But Jay is a great dude. Keith, you're right. He's awesome. He always comes on when he gets a chance. I know he's a busy guy. He's a beat writer for the Cincinnati Bengals. So it's awesome. But I think he has some pretty good points here. And all right, there he is, my boy. See, this is why I like friends. We have friends like this. You don't need any names. I got my boy Cap. He's gonna be on for the last 15 minutes. Let's go. Hello, Cap. I'm very scared. I can't understand the word you're saying, but it looks very scary. Hey! Oh, geez, that's worse. Holy crap! God. Yeah, your mic is messing up. It's breaking up bad. Yeah, your mic is just. That's all it sounds like. I don't know what's going on. Yeah, right now. Yeah, I can't understand a word you're saying. Sound like that right now.
All right, how about now?
There you go. That's much better. So,
yeah, I have too many toys, too much software. Yeah. Anyway.
Augie says you're mad at me for making you wait so long.
No, yeah. You mistimed that, but that's okay. Yeah, hey, forget my show. It's all about Strawberry Ice.
No, go watch it now. Go watch the Blind Tiger. It started at 7:00 now. Who you guys got on there? What are you guys gonna just make it up as you go? You guys something special going on? What are you doing tonight?
You know what? The New Orleans was amazing. So I want to talk about New Orleans. I want to talk about the friends I met. I want to talk about some of the companies that I've talked to. The Betfred thing is absolutely blowing up everywhere. They're working hard to, reach out to people who can share what they're doing, and I love it. I know, though, just because of some of the hate that I recently, the buses that I was just rolled out in front of, I want to make sure that the fans understand what's going on, because you know what? I'm going to show them some love tonight, and I don't have anything with them yet, and I want to, because I like the company and the guys that I've talked to so far.
Jason,
I like them too.
They're both Jason, and they're both awesome. I've talked to both of them. They're great guys.
Yeah, hey, Betfred, you. Now my real name's Jeremy, so at least there's a J.
Yeah.
But can we have a little bit of different? Some Matts, some Marks, some Jeffs, some Jesses, some
some Jeremy, some Jesses, some Tigers talk, some. It's show's called The Blind Tiger.
We got too many Jasons. You gotta have that many Jasons in one thing. Like there's a rule somewhere.
Blind Tiger is his YouTube. That's what it's called.
Yes, Blind Tiger.
So go find out. It's got him, Houday Baby, and Bengals and Bourbon, two other good friends of ours. They do a great job on there. Cap has.
I wouldn't say we do a great job.
Oh, okay, to give yourself some credit. You guys do.
But it's kind of casual. It's casual for right now. I've got a lot of stuff I'm working on behind the scenes, but it's one man. We need a John. Actually, no, we need a Chris.
Yeah, Chris.
Yeah. The J. Unless we're going to do the whole J.
Well, I got a Dale and a Derek with me. Does that count?
You got double D's. Nice.
I like double D's.
But no, yeah, I just want to go over, hey, there is nothing wrong. You're going to see in social media, obviously I don't want fans suddenly starting to mute keywords on Twitter. It's going to be great. I love to gamble. I don't gamble a lot now. I have maybe. Mm-hmm. I'm looking.
I'm waiting with bated breath here.
I got the book somewhere, but Blackjack for Blood. I think that's the book that the movie 21 was loosely based off of, counting cards. I learned how to count cards. You've got to have a team to do it in Vegas. You're going to get caught.
Next time I go to Vegas, I'm going with you.
Well, you got to have a team, and it was cool back in the day because when they first did it, the system they developed. If you haven't watched the movie 21, it's a great movie. But
Rain Man. Rain Man's a good movie too.
I love mathematics. I love.
See, this is the problem. This is when I told you 20 minutes. It was actually 30 minutes, and me and Matt don't get along. So I apologize for that.
Oh yeah. See, I like mathematics. You don't. No.
Yeah, me and numbers, we don't get along.
But even looking at the roulette wheel, I think I talked about that, had woven that into football somehow during one conversation on Twitter. But when you're walking past a roulette wheel and you see red, red, red. A lot of people are like, okay, I'm betting black. It's got to be black. There's 16 reds in a row. But statistics, that data show, hey, you want to go red again for whatever reason. For whatever, there's wear on.
So it's not always bet on
wheel.
black, then, huh?
Yeah, something's weird. I see so many people lose their money walking over, betting the opposite, and it comes up red again, or it comes up black again. I will always walk by when I see a streak like that. I'll go that same color.
See, the coin flip, I always go tails never fails. I always do that. I just pick the same thing every time. But I usually
now same thing there. What are the odds that a quarter can flip heads like 10 times in a row?
Right. That's why I always pick the
honestly,
same thing.
When you think about it, it doesn't matter because it can happen.
Right.
It's how somebody flips, the weight, something's worn, whatever. I love digging in. So I have helped develop, I wouldn't say full-fledged app, but some technological assistance for baseball bettors.
Oh, there you
Because
go.
I've had a few friends who were really into baseball betting, and the numbers in baseball really, they're perfect for betting. And I'm not that much of a baseball fan. Funny thing is, though, Betfred, I'm going to be hopping on, and I'm probably going to bet baseball, even if I don't.
That's the thing.
watch a lot
I
of
told
baseball.
them. As I told them with my show, I said that since I support Strawberry Ice, I mean, we can do red stuff, we can do FC Cincinnati when that starts rolling around, so we can do a lot of different stuff here over the next year. So it's going to be a great partnership. And I know you're trying to get involved. We're involved. Tyler's involved. I think Drew Garrison's involved. There's a couple other people that are involved here. So it's going to be a good partnership. And I'm excited about it. See where this thing goes.
Well, hey, it's going to go to me betting on their app. I can't wait. I mean, I don't get myself to a casino enough.
Right. Betting on the app is way easier.
There we go.
There you go. Put that back up there. There you go.
There we go, Eric. Observer effect. There we go. So I'm rusty on some of the stuff because the career takes you wherever, but some things that I've been doing in cybersecurity have brought me back to, and like the timing could be more perfect. If you notice me showing like large payouts through Betfred app, expect something to change with. So, yeah, I mean, I want to give picks. I want to give, I want to talk about it because I enjoy it. It's a great way to have fun with football. I mean, even fantasy football, it drives me nuts because, I've got a team and I feel like I year long, you've got these players, and then places like FanDuel came out and then you could kind of pick each game, which was fun. But no real money now, legalizing in Ohio. Sometimes I just want to say, hey,
I always go with my heart cap. That's my problem with betting.
Exactly. Now, see, I am a data-driven.
Yeah, see, I can't do that. I won't make the bet. If I don't think the Bengals are going to win, I won't make the bet. I'll do some kind of parlay for something the Bengals will do or something like that. I can't.
Yeah. I like trying to dig for the, what is the best value in a wild parlay for me to just hit a home run, toss a little bit of money there. Hey, you win $1 million, you win $1 million, whatever.
Yeah, I'll take $1 million.
No big deal.
That works. Yeah, no big deal. That works. All right. Well, I think I'll let you get going here because I appreciate you jumping on, and I know this is a lot shorter than you thought it would. Unless you got something else you want to say here before I let you go. Because
I mean,
I know you. I'm not trying to kick you off. I know you got.
Jay killed it, and I love. Yeah. I will say this. Man, like between the fan stuff and all these people who had these fiery rants against this and that and mad as hell and dudes in suits suck And now
Who would
the
say that to you, Cap? I mean, come on.
the dust the dust has settled, and you've got Jay, unbiased,
Mhm.
you know, and I've seen things go the other way. You know, hey, he'll tell it like it is, going out and giving Zach love on that interview. He didn't have to, but it's what it is. Zach's making the adjustments. Things did not start out how we hoped. It wasn't because of Zach.
Right.
It was a lot of things. It wasn't just solely because of Burrow. A lot of things happened. And the fact that we're steering this back, sorry. Bravo, Zach.
Exactly.
You
All right,
know,
here we got some
Pitt-
people trying to find your channel. They said they can't find it. Just type in Blind Tiger, right?
Yeah, let me see what happens with that. Try the Blind Tiger, because there's a lot of Blind Tiger out
Right.
there.
I know. I did have a hard time finding it the first time I went looking for it. I don't remember what I had to type in.
The Blind Tiger Show. How about that? There we go.
Found it.
Yeah.
I was
The
just-
Blind Tiger Show.
Can you add it to the comments there so people can just click on that? They can go there and.
Well, yeah, but then I got to go back to my phone.
Oh,
That's
geez.
what- that's
I'm
why
trying
I
to help
end up
you out
hopping
with
on
subscribers,
camera.
Cap. God.
That's why I end up hopping on camera with a Halloween filter on.
that we can't hear you on.
I know what that was. Was that like a demonic voice or something?
It was trying to be, but it was all just you couldn't understand it. It was just all scrambled up. It was yeah.
Well, I might have went overboard on the demony things. I don't. Is that a word?
Yeah, you never. All right, he's got a math question for you. I want to hear what.
Oh,
what this
shoot.
is.
Hey, Crypt, I use software for everything. So, yeah.
And yes, Augie,
I don't
it's-
have to think
it's long.
about or try to remember whatever. But I know where to find the answer.
Exactly. All right, let's get to Vicky here. Says, yes, it was a rocky start, but it's a new O-line. Got to build chemistry. They looked great versus Dalton and the Saints. That's kind of what I brought up with Jay, that it's 100% better than it was. I mean, the first two games, they looked awful. I mean, and it was missing assignments. And let's be honest, La'el Collins had a back injury and he was looking stiff. La'el Collins, I think, played his best game as a Bengal on Sunday. I thought they looked a lot better. Joe looked a lot more comfortable. And Joe started making jackpot plays. I mean, the 2 third down scrambles, one for the touchdown and the toss to TB for the third down conversion. That's the stuff we saw him do over and over and over again last year.
Exactly. I'm
What is
sitting here
this?
trying to type up a little bit for the show. So, okay, everybody that hops over to Blind Tiger Show,
Mhm.
it's gonna be rough. Blame Ice.
What did I do? I'll let you go.
Hey, that's okay, because you know what? It's I should have started it. It's funny because we were up in Canton, and oh boy, what was it? 2018, a
Yeah.
long time ago. I was actually talking to Bengal Jim up in Canton and told him I had plans for a show, and then I had the draft. Unfortunately, that we couldn't go to. It was COVID. You know, Jim starts his show. Other people start their shows. I'm like, I don't need a show now because we've got a lot of shows.
Yeah.
The Bengals think we have too many shows. You have too many shows when the Bengals think you have too many shows.
Yes,
But,
his show starts at 7 there, Crip. Yes. Show
Yep.
starts at 7.
7, unless we go to 7, then it might start at 7:15.
No, it won't go to 7.
That's
I'll let
the
you go.
beauty.
So I'll let you go so you can get ready for your show. I don't want to keep
All right.
Who Day Baby and Matt waiting for you. But anyway,
Yeah,
as always,
that's
I
who you
appreciate
care about. Who Day Baby
No, I
and
care about
Bengals
you.
and
I said,
Bourbon.
let you
That's
go.
why
So
people go.
So get all your stuff on there. Make
Yeah.
sure. Yeah, because you do a way better job of editing and creating things than I do. Anyway, Cap, always appreciate you, brother. Who Day.
Who Day?
All right, guys. So, like I said, at 7:00, go over to the Blind Tiger Show and go check out Cap. Like I said, he really does a good job. I like his show. So, yeah, there's shows on every day. Yeah, you are correct. I would love to know. I wish somebody could figure this out. I have no idea how to do it, nor do I have the time to do it. But I'd love to know if the Bengals, our fan base, has the most podcast YouTube shows around. I mean, I don't know. I don't keep track of the other ones, but we got to be pretty darn close because everybody's got one. It's all. I mean, I started mine. Like I said, I started mine almost 4 years ago. Didn't realize it was going to evolve into all this, but I'm very happy it has. So again, I always thank you guys for it because, like I said, if it wasn't for you guys, none of the stuff, Betfred stuff would be happening. The Jackpot Joey beer stuff, the Jackpot Joey gear, none of the stuff would be happening. So, as always, like I always say this from the bottom of my show, thank you. So, go watch Cap, go watch Tigers Talk, go watch Bengals and Brews. These are all my boys. Got Bengal Jim on every Tuesday night. Make sure he's always got a good one too. So, you got a lot of stuff to watch tonight. So maybe flip back and forth, give views to everybody. That'd be great. All right, let's get to the Facebook groups. That let me live stream, and I appreciate every single one of them. They are Houday Nation, Houday Legion, Bearcat Ruckus, The Ice Bar, and they follow me on all my social media platforms, all under Sports with Strawberry Ice. I'm on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Twitter and TikTok. Twitter handle is at Jeff A. Trinipole. TikTok is at Iceman90. As I said earlier in the show today, me and Bengals and Brews are teaming up with Betfred Sportsbook. Legalized sports gambling is happening here January 1st. I need you guys to go to the link. I put it in the chat. I'll pop it up here again so everybody can see it. This is the link for right here. This is the link for my show and Bengals and Brews show. So if you could do me a favor, if you're going to do it, go sign up under us. Like I said, if you want to sign up under somebody else, I mean, I'm sure Jim's got one. I'm sure I know Tyler's got one. TikTok Tyler's got one. I'm sure everybody's got one. But this is the link for our show, my show, and Bengals and Brews. So it's betfred.com/Ohio/Bengals_boys2. Like I said, we don't know why they said boys too, because I guess maybe we just the boys, me and my boys. I don't know. Anyway, so make sure you go check that out. They got a lot of cool stuff coming up here. Like I said, legalized betting in January. Go place a bet for the Bengals to win the Super Bowl because it's happening this year. I have not lost faith, people. It is happening. Things are changing. They found some stuff the second half against the Ravens. They found some more stuff Sunday. They got to make sure they can stop the run this Sunday until DJ gets back. So that is a little worrying. But I think we're going to be okay. YouTubers, you guys are awesome. I made a huge jump yesterday. I'm at 1,912 subscribers. So also, as always, I appreciate every single one of you guys. I would love to get to 2,000. I'm almost to 1,000 shows. So if I could hit 1,000 shows and 2,000 subscribers right around the same time would be awesome. So please tell your friends, tell your neighbors about Sports Strawberry Ice. Tell them about Betfred. And let's all have a wonderful, wonderful time. Now, tomorrow's show. Now, this is what I'm really looking forward to. I've been wanting to do this for a while, like I kind of a breakdown, a film study show. I know it's nothing new. I mean, everybody's done film studies and different stuff like that. I geek out on this stuff. I think it's really cool. And like I said, when I sat in the car with Satori for 2 hours driving up to Dale's mom's funeral last week, I already knew Satori knew what he's talking about. But when you sat there and I listened to him break down each play step by step and freeze framing them and stuff, it was so interesting. So please make sure you guys join me tomorrow. Satori will be on. It's going to be our breakdown. I think he's doing Bengals and Saints explosive plays, maybe just Bengals explosive plays. Either way, it's going to be a really fun show. So I'm really excited about it. So like I said, I know everybody's got film breakdowns, but come check mine out tomorrow. Got to check everybody else out. Might as well check mine. Anyway, other than that, ready? Say it with me, people. That's just sports, baby. See ya!
Let's go. Orange in the day, black in the night. Stripes in our veins, sparks gonna fly. The beast is awake, orange, black and white. Cause when the jungle come alive, Houday, we ignite and Cincinnati, we gon' rise and in the jungle, we unite and dripping orange and black and white. Houday, when we fight, live and die in these stripes. Wake up the beast, every day is a feast. Time to bust it off the leash. In the jungle, dripping heat. Tigers strike the city streets. East side, stand up. West side, stand up. If you reppin' Houday, time to put your hands up. Bengals stripes, we in it. New day, new age, yeah, we get it. Cincinnati, jungle fitted. Houday in orange and black and white, we build it. Earn our stripes, you know we kill it. Bleed our colors, jungle dripping, nasty, natty, yeah, we lit it. Lit the crowd, get the city loud. Yeah, we feasting now. Fit the bounce, make the city howl. Now we beastin' now. Thunder through the tunnel, from the sideline to the huddle. Stripes we tatted on the jungle when we flex that who they muscle on them. Stripes, Cincinnati, we gon' rise in the in the jungle, we unite in the drippin' orange and black and white. All day when we fight, live and die in these stripes. Now who gotta move like it on? Now who wanna move close on? Now who wanna move on? If you got stripes and you let the city know you rock 'em, yeah we got 'em, yeah we fought 'em. Like that black and orange upon 'em, Bengal bottle.